said to him, I got you a gig at Sheffield City Hall. Well, way back in March 1981, a very young Bomber Graham won his first title in this very ring. Outpointed Pat Thomas over the then championship distance of 15 rounds for the British light middleweight title.
Introducing and presenting to you in the red corner with the white shorts from Alfreton, the challenger for the title, John Ashton.
And Ashton was brought huge support. Huge support.
And in the blue corner with the multicolored shorts from Sheffield, defending his title, Herol.
And he's not lacking a few fans in the crowd either. His first appearance in Sheffield since 1988, June 1988, when he defended this title against James Cook, stopped him in 5. Now both boys had a little bit of trouble at the weigh-in today. Graham was 5 ounces over. Had to take off his boxer shorts, and the ladies at the weigh-in were asked, I kid you not, to ladies avert your eyes. But he was all right. So now you know if you're on a diet, boxer shorts weigh 4 ounces. John Ashton was 10 ounces overweight, but a brisk walk took that off. Round 1, scheduled for 12. And Graham, let me remind you, is a southpaw. You might have forgotten, you haven't seen him for so long.
Callumby was knocked down by Ashton in the first round, so is that an indication that Ashton is a fast starter? Graham has to answer a lot of questions here tonight. Has his chin been affected by that knockout by Julian Jackson? Has his confidence, and it certainly must have been. I don't think I've ever seen a knockout shown on television as much in my whole life. He's 32 years old now. Is he coming to the end of his career, or is he going to fight for a world title on the 3rd attempt and hopefully win it? There's a lot of questions to be answered in this fight, and Herol has to know himself. He has to answer his own questions. Have I still got it? John Ashton, this is his big chance.
Well, yeah, John Ashton's 30. He's no spring chicken. Great atmosphere. Fabulous atmosphere. Just a slip. No knockdown, just a slip. Larry O'Connell separates them.
Herol again coming forward, unusually. I spoke to him beforehand in the dressing room. He said he's going to do the same thing as he done against Julian Jackson, only not get careless. But I have to say that being a defensively minded fighter, coming forward, doesn't come naturally to you, and you are inclined to watch what Herol does when he comes forward. He comes very forward untidily, and he just leaves his head hanging up in the air.
This could be a war.
Herol's a very quick guy. Tremendously quick reflexes. But because coming forward actually is unnatural to him, he is inclined to get clipped every now and again. This is a long time out of the ring. He's been out of the ring for 13 months now, so he'll have to get his accuracy back in the first few rounds. Ashton's tall too for middleweight. I know the two of them had trouble making the weight this morning, but they didn't have to work, which is the main thing. They just had to, one had to walk and the other one just had to remove his boxer shorts. A bit untidy, a bit scrappy at the moment. Herol can get tied up when he gets on the inside. We've seen that in the past from him. Looks very determined to get the job done here, Herol.
Well, a scrappy opening round. I'm sure the atmosphere has got to both boys.
Yeah, a scrappy, untidy opening round, but Graham wants to take this guy out of his stride. I can assure you, John Ashton didn't expect Herol to come at him. So it was certainly a turn up for the Brooks. And I looked over the corner, Dave, and I noticed for the first time, I noticed Brendan Ingle actually waving him forward.
Yes, the point I was going to make was that Herol has at long last as well. Let's just watch this bit of action first.
Herol has a good thudding left hand. They wrestled each other to the floor there. Both of them almost fell over.
Yeah, the point I wanted to make is he's at long last ended his unhappy association with Barney Eastwood, and he's back with his roots with Brendan Ingle.
Round 2.
And he still feels that he can be a world champion. He says he didn't get beaten up in the Jackson fight, which he didn't. Clean knockout. Hasn't taken any punishment in his career. But it's not so much the fact he hasn't taken any punishment. As you get older, the reactions inevitably slow down, and that's what Graham's built himself on all these years. The amazing reactions.
Yeah, I think I said before that a boxer's age is determined by the amount of punches he's taken, and Herol hasn't taken too many. But he's fighting a natural fight here for him. He's actually doing something he doesn't do very well, coming forward. But he wants to take the play away from Ashton. He really wants to win this fight and win it in style. He wants to prove to himself that he can come back and...
Well, Ashton's got left eye, clash of heads.
And it was Graham who was the angry one from that clash of heads there, so... It'll be interesting to see. Is he cut too, Dave?
I can't see Barry, he's got his back to me.
Bit of blood there. I think it's
Ashton's
from Ashton, yeah.
No, Graham not cut. Ashton bad cut, left eye.
It's above the eye too. Very untidy round again.
Well,
He's calling them together.
Graham is cut left eye.
Got that.
Graham cut left eye. Ashton cut left eye. It was cuts that stopped him against Callum Bate. It's John Ashton, of course. Ashton's cut by far the worst.
Yeah, it looks that way anyway. But both of the cuts are in their awkward places.
Well, Graham has never been beaten by a British fighter. As a pro, that is, of course.
Yeah, Graham unusually aggressive, but having a bit of success in that clash there. Graham can be hit when he comes forward because he's doing the unnatural thing. This is very scrappy round again.
Well, it's I have to say it's a poor fight so far, but it's for all that it's very exciting because of the crowd. And both sets of seconds hurl themselves into the ring to deal with these cuts. Well, that's the Graham cut left eyelid.
Yeah, well, it's quite a bad cut too, yeah. It's quite a bad cut. The eyebrow is slit right open. It's about an inch long, inch and a half long. But I think John Ashton's even cut worse.
The Ashton cut is definitely worse.
And if you look at Ashton, he's blowing much heavier too, and he was hurt by that solid left hook just at the end of the round there by Graham.
Now, let's see how that brace of cuts might have been caused.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Neither of them were to blame there.
Entirely accidental. Entirely accidental. But look at Ashton's cut.
That cut is just really
that's a dreadful cut.
Ooh, blood's coming out again already. You see, with this 1,000 adrenaline, it didn't give them enough time to actually clot the blood around the cut and stop it. They need more than 60 seconds really, but it's a constant fight when a guy's cut to get that blood blood flow stopped. Now Ashton's coming forward. Graham is doing his usual thing, getting on his back foot, sliding around the ring. But he doesn't use his legs a great deal. He just bends forward and back. Oh, Lord.
Naughty. Graham, a little ruthless smile. I think he pulled that punch. He did pull it. And I think Larry O'Connell knows he pulled it. Ashton's eyebrow bleeding again.
Yeah, Graham's bleeding too. This is it's an untidy fight, clash of heads. Graham's eye is starting to close too. You see, what happens to Graham when he actually, when he throws punches, or when he watches his opponent actually fire punches back? His head actually, his neck actually stiffens, and his head stays in a straight line.
Yes, Graham's eye bleeding quite badly again. And of course we have to face up to the fact that if Graham loses, it's very difficult to see where he can go, and Ashton's eye holding up better than Graham's at the moment. That is vintage Graham. Ashton's eye once again bleeding. Graham is probably shading this round.
Good left hand from Graham again. Very untidy and scrappy, and the guys aren't banging heads together. Graham just pawing at him with that right, looking for that big left hand. To say that Herol is frustrating the fight is a huge understatement. Good left hand again from Graham.
End of the third. We're going to take a break. Join us for the start of the fourth. Larry O'Connell went over and checked both corners. Had a look at Graham's eye, had a look at Ashton's eye. Got Brendan Ingle and Mike Shinfield, who's John Ashton's manager, working overtime, staunching those cuts.
Herol is looking really untidy here, and I do believe he's really, leaving himself open when he comes in like that. He's not getting his hands up at all, and that's what caused the cut in the first place. If he'd got his hands up, Ashton would have hit his gloves instead of hitting the clash. It wouldn't have clashed heads. It would have actually clashed into Graham's gloves. But
I'm putting it down to ring rust, Barry.
Yeah, it could be ring rust, but he's looking. His timing is off at the moment. He's only landing with his left hand. He's not working with his right at all. And whilst he's pushing Ashton back, looks like he's an easier target to hit this time than ever before. Maybe it's his tactics and his ring rust. I'll put it down to that, give him the benefit of the doubt at this stage. And he is succeeding. He has Ashton going back, which Ashton doesn't like to do. He's threatened he's going to give them a warning here.
Yeah, he's giving him a little wigging. And Larry O'Connell, it needs a referee of his authority in charge of this bout.
Yeah, they're both getting a bit untidy. They're both guilty of that. Graham's starting to use that jab. Look how much more effective he's been just once he started to use it.
This is a much, much better round. This is the Graham we know. Slip. He's enjoying it. He's enjoying it. And a little giggle with Larry O'Connell. Even Larry O'Connell responds. Only person not to see the joke, John Ashton. This is more like it from Graham.
Yeah, every time he uses that, even if he paws that right jab out there, he'll land with the left and the right hook after. But once he leads with that left on its own, he'll either clash heads or run in and it'll be all untidy. He should get back on and use that jab because that's his most effective weapon. Much better round for Graham.
Yes,
Ashton's shaking his head going back to the corner. But he's still well in the fight. This fight is a long way from over. That right hook, just hit him on the glove with the left and pop that right hook over. He's using that jab, you see how much more effective he is, and he can make Ashton miss and all with it. He slipped and stumbled over here and he stuck his tongue out of the referee when he got back to his feet again.
There's Brendan Ingle. He's been with Bomber Graham 20 odd years, man and boy.
Second up.
Fifth round of the scheduled 12-round championship bout. Graham in the multicoloured trunks, defending his British middleweight title against John Ashton.
Oh, big combination from Graham to the head. He's got to get back on that jab. It's when he starts this flailing business that he starts getting hit. And Ashton's got a good dig on him. So again, he's leading with that left hand. He gets untidy. Graham does leave his chin hanging out.
Larry O'Connell once again having a timeout. And it's fairly good humoured, but I'm not sure how long Larry O'Connell's good humour will last.
Yeah, see Brendan Ingle here showed him use the jab. He's forgetting the jab and he's becoming very untidy, Graham. Look at the way he sticks his chin up in the air when he does lean back and panic. He leaves his head way up in the air and his chin wide open. And Ashton is having more success when that happens. Trying that big right hand every time. Graham's got to be careful because Ashton has got a banger of a right hand. Now there you see that left hand coming right through the middle from Graham, and he just pawed that right hand out. And he certainly looks like he's got Ashton in trouble here. Oh yes, a good uppercut.
Ashton taking a lot of storm.
But Graham
We're in
again,
round 5.
chin up in the air.
Brendan Ingle waving his man forward. Ashton holds.
Ashton's talking to him on the inside there.
I don't think he's pushing up the confidence of the season somehow. Ashton is cut again. Nose is gone.
Graham's starting to take over now, using that jab, them little tiny punches on the inside.
Graham's cutting into ribbons now. Ashton looking a real mess now. The action taking place not in the blue corner but in the red corner, with Mike Shinfield and his crew really having to work overtime. The left eye hasn't done any work, but look at this. Cut on both eyes now. The nose is gone. All hands to the pumps in the Ashton corner.
Nice little combinations. Yeah, but look at the way he throws that head up. That is a worry that he just still leaves that head hanging out when he's throwing those combinations, when he's coming forward in particular, and when he doesn't use that jab, because that's the one that does all the damage for him. Those cuts are really bad. Dave, look at the way they're bleeding. Even whilst they're putting the Vaseline on, they're still bleeding.
Well, it was the 6th round that Callum Bay beat Ashton. A fact that I'm sure will not be lost on Graham.
Much more effective again. That jab is doing the work, prizing Ashton open for that left hand that follows it up. And then just working at those cuts.
Oh, good right hand from Graham. The champion opening up now.
Really starting to find his range now.
Oh, yes.
His accuracy is coming back in, Dave. He found those earlier rounds just getting his timing together. He's really starting to hit the target now, and hit it hard he is.
Well, it has to be said it was a poor start, but Graham really starting to go to work now.
Oh yes,
Ashton in trouble there. In trouble. And he is, I was going to say, almost on the verge of going. He's almost on the verge of coming over onto us.
He's cutting him to pieces now. He's cut on the right eye, cut on the left eye. He's tired. He's really blowing hard.
And the Sheffield crowd getting behind the local hero. Larry O'Connell's doing a terrific job refereeing this fight.
He's having terrific patience too, because Herol is getting on his nerves. That cut is really bleeding, and Ashton's looking decidedly shaky here. Graham knows he has him. Oh, another good left.
Ashton desperately pedalling away. Last 30, he'll do so well to get through this round.
We've seen enough.
Larry O'Connell has stopped it. The fight's over in round 6. So, we're going to take a short break. Herol Graham defends his title. We're going to take a short break, as I say, and we'll be back for the formalities here at City Hall, Sheffield, in just a moment. The ring at Sheffield City Hall, the Ashton camp, the Alfreton boys have taken defeat with good sportsmanship, and the Lonsdale belt again goes round Herol Graham's waist.
There's that left hand. That was the one that really hurt him in that round. That was the beginning of the end. And this is the cluster just at the finish here before referee Larry O'Connell stepped in. Right hand, right hook again. And the referee said at that stage, he'd seen that. Very gutsy performance by John Ashton, but he just didn't have enough to beat that elusive champion, Herol Graham.
Yeah, it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination a vintage Graham performance, but when you bear in mind that he hasn't fought for 13 months, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was only after about the third or fourth round that he started coming into his own, and he started hitting the target, and he started getting his timing back. But when he got that old jab working, everything fell into place, and he was really accurate and really cutting with those punches. And the bottom line is, he's won, and he's won in style.
Oh, those are all the photographs you're going to see in your papers tomorrow morning. Hey, look at me, I'm
Coast in a big gap.